Take a deep breath. A slow, steady breath in, and a long, gentle breath out. You have arrived. There is nowhere else you need to be, and there is nothing else you need to do. For the next while, the world outside can wait. The demands of the day, the lists of things to be done, the echoes of conversations, let them all begin to soften, like the edges of a watercolor painting touched by a drop of rain. You are safe, you are here, and you are ready to rest. Close your eyes if you haven't already, or simply let your gaze soften, focusing on nothing in particular. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a great, quiet veranda. It is that magical time of evening, the blue hour, when the sun has dipped below the horizon, but the stars haven't quite claimed their full brilliance. The air is cool, carrying the faint, sweet scent of damp earth and blooming night jasmine. It feels like a silk scarf brushing against your skin. This is the threshold of stillness. In this space, time doesn't move in seconds or minutes. It moves in the slow, rhythmic pulse of the universe. Healing lived in landscapes long before we built cities to house it. It lives in the way the wind moves through the tall grass, a low, shushing sound that tells you everything is as it should be. It lives in the way the shadows stretch out across the ground, inviting you to lay down your burdens and sink into the velvet embrace of the coming night. As you stand here, you might notice a small lantern sitting on a wooden table beside you. Its flame is steady and warm, a tiny sun captured in glass. It doesn't flicker, it simply glows, providing a soft light that makes the world feel small, intimate, and manageable. This is your light. It represents your presence, your consciousness, drifting slowly toward a state of total peace. The horizon before you is a deep indigo blue. It's a color that feels like an old memory, comforting and familiar. If you look closely, you can see the very first star beginning to peek through the veil of the atmosphere. It's a tiny, diamond-bright point of light, millions of miles away, yet its journey ends here, in your vision. That light left its home years ago, traveling through the vast, silent vacuum of space, just to reach you tonight. It is a quiet messenger of the immense scale of things, reminding you that you are part of something much larger, something ancient and beautiful. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. When was the last time you looked up at the night sky and felt at peace? Perhaps it was a long time ago, or perhaps it was just last night. It doesn't matter. What matters is that tonight, the sky is waiting for you. It isn't a void, it is a library of stories, a map of where we have been, and a promise of the stillness that always exists above the clouds. Think about the weight of your body for a moment. Feel the way the chair or the bed supports you. You don't have to hold yourself up. You can let the earth take your weight. The earth is strong. It has held the weight of mountains and oceans for billions of years. It can certainly hold you. Imagine the gravity of the planet as a gentle hand pulling you down into comfort, grounding you, whispering that you are home. Your breathing is becoming slower now. It's like the tide coming in and going out on a distant, sandy shore, in and out. There is no effort, just a natural rhythm as old as the world itself. With every exhale, imagine a tiny bit of tension leaving your shoulders. With every inhale, imagine a cool, silver light filling your lungs, bringing with it a sense of clarity and calm. As the blue hour deepens into true night, the world around you begins to transform. The familiar shapes of trees and hills lose their sharp outlines, becoming soft silhouettes against the sky. This is the soft discovery of the night. It's the realization that things don't need to be clearly defined to be beautiful. In the dimness, we find room for imagination, for dreams, and for the quiet wisdom that only comes when we stop trying to see everything at once. Science tells us that the universe is expanding, that stars are being born in clouds of dust and gas, and that planets are spinning in their silent orbits. But tonight, we don't need to understand the physics. We only need to feel the effect. We only need to know that the same laws that govern the movement of the galaxies are the same laws that allow your heart to beat and your breath to flow. You are a part of this cosmic machinery, a vital and cherished piece of the whole. If tonight's story reminds you of a beautiful memory, feel free to share it below. Perhaps it's a memory of a quiet forest, a beach at midnight, or a porch swing on a summer evening. These memories are like stars. They light up the darkness of our busy lives. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark. Let your mind drift back to that first star you saw on the horizon. Imagine your consciousness hitching a ride on a beam of starlight, traveling backward along the path the light took. You are moving away from the earth now, but you aren't leaving safety. You are simply expanding your view. The lights of the world below become a soft, golden blur, like embers in a hearth. The air becomes thinner, colder, and clearer. You are entering the realm of the eternal. In this realm, there is no noise. There is only the hum of existence, a sound so low and deep that you feel it in your bones rather than hear it with your ears. It's the sound of the universe breathing. It's the sound of peace. As we prepare to walk further into this starlit landscape, let yourself be light. Let go of the need to understand every word or follow every detail. These words are just a path for your mind to walk upon until it finds its own quiet, resting place. You are moving toward a garden of the mind, a place where science and story meet under the light of a silver moon. Wait here for a moment, in this beautiful twilight of the soul. The journey is just beginning, and the path ahead is paved with stardust and silence. Now, imagine yourself stepping slowly down from the wooden veranda. Your bare feet touch the soft carpet of grass, still cool with the first beads of night dew. The sensation is tender and grounding, a quiet welcome from the earth itself. You begin to walk, not with a destination in mind, but simply to feel your own presence in this hushed, sacred space. Each step is a soft punctuation mark in a sentence of silence. Before you lies an ancient herb garden, a place where time seems to have held its breath for centuries. This is not a garden of rigid lines or manicured hedges. It possesses a self-sustaining beauty, wild and profoundly patient. The dark green leaves sway gently in a phantom breeze, creating a rustling sound that mimics the whispered secrets of the past. Here, healing is not a sterile concept found in a brightly lit pharmacy. It lives and breathes within the landscape itself, in every exhale of the damp soil and every vibration of the leaves. As you wander deeper into this sanctuary, the scent of the night begins to envelop you. It is a sophisticated tapestry of aromas, the musk of wet earth, the deep resonance of aged wood, and the ethereal sweetness of night-blooming flowers. Can you smell the lavender? It is a scent that feels like a deep, velvety purple, comforting and profoundly kind. Science tells us that these aromatic molecules are more than just pleasant smells. They are tiny keys that travel directly to the limbic system of your brain, the ancient vault of emotions and memories. There, they gently turn the lock of tension, releasing a flood of tranquility. But tonight, You don't need to remember the chemistry. You only need to breathe it in, letting the fragrance fill your lungs and smooth away the jagged edges of the day's worries. Beside a narrow, winding path, an ancient willow tree bows its long, sweeping branches toward the surface of a pond, as still as a mirror. The bark of the willow, gnarled and silver-gray with age, holds a secret our ancestors understood thousands of years ago. They watched with patient eyes as wounded animals sought out this tree to nibble on its bark. From that quiet, observant wisdom, humanity learned to soothe its own fevers and aches. Much later, modern science would translate that ancient secret into aspirin, one of the most common balms in the world. Think about that for a moment, slowly and deeply. The willow tree never intended to heal a human being. It simply existed, weaving its compounds to protect itself from the elements and the passage of time. The healing we receive is a peripheral grace, a gentle byproduct of one life interacting with another. Nature is inherently generous in this way, providing what we need through its mere existence. If you ever feel the world has become too loud or too complex, remember the willow. Sometimes, the greatest support comes from those who say nothing at all, but simply stand tall in the wind. The sound of a nearby stream, trickling over smooth stones, weaves into the air. The sound is steady, rhythmic, and as reliable as the heartbeat of the planet. Try, for a moment, to synchronize your breathing with the pulse of that water. Inhale the cool clarity of the air, and exhale everything that remains of your long day. Your shoulders are becoming heavy and soft. The tiny muscles around your eyes and jaw are letting go. The stillness here isn't an empty void. It is a fullness of peace, a sanctuary where you are allowed to simply be. Under the silver light of the moon, clusters of chamomile look like tiny stars that have fallen and taken root in the soil. Their white petals surround bright golden centers, radiating a humble beauty even in the dark. Chamomile does not demand that you sleep. It simply prepares the way. It soothes the restless waves in the body and quiets the circling thoughts in the mind. It is like a wise grandmother, tucking a warm blanket around your soul and sitting quietly by your side until your eyelids grow heavy. In this garden, knowledge isn't forced upon you through cold facts. It is felt. You are learning about the cosmos by touching the rough bark of a tree. You are learning about chemistry through the scent of a flower. You are learning about time by watching the moon's reflection dance upon the water. The slow accumulation of wisdom over generations is like the layers of mulch and earth that nourish this garden, persistent, quiet, and life-giving. If you feel your heart settling into a deeper rhythm, it is because you are beginning to realize that you belong here. You are not a stranger to this earth. You are a vital thread in the great, shimmering web of life. You do not need to be productive or successful tonight. You do not need to solve any problems. Your only task is to exist as quietly and naturally as the plants around you. The moonlight now rests upon the silent fields in the distance, where roots are reaching deep into the dark earth, holding the world steady while it sleeps. This world functioned perfectly long before our modern anxieties arrived, and it will continue to turn long after they have faded. There is a profound safety in knowing that the laws of nature are constant, guarding us even when we aren't looking. Take another slow, deep breath and let it out with a sigh. A wave of relaxation is moving from the crown of your head down to your toes. You are floating in a space of absolute safety. This garden is a healing dome, a place where science becomes a lullaby, and every question finds its answer in the silence. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. If tonight's story reminded you of a beautiful memory, perhaps a garden from your childhood or a quiet park you once visited, feel free to share it below when you wake. Now, let the garden begin to fade into a soft, green mist in your mind. We are about to leave the forest floor and the scent of flowers behind. We are going to rise higher and higher, beyond the atmosphere of the earth, toward the pale, shimmering reaches of the Milky Way. There, time is measured in billions of light years, and the silence is eternal. You are still here, safe and protected. Close your eyes even more deeply now, and prepare for your soul to expand to the very edges of the universe. As you leave the gentle fragrances of the garden behind, imagine yourself becoming lighter, as if the gravity of the earth is slowly and lovingly releasing its hold on you. You aren't falling, you are ascending, drifting upward like a dandelion seed caught in a warm summer breeze. The trees below shrink into patches of dark velvet, and the silver ribbon of the stream fades into the shadow of the valley. Higher you go, passing through the cool, mist-like clouds that feel like damp silk against your skin. And then, quite suddenly, the atmosphere thins. The blue deepens into the darkest indigo, and you find yourself floating in the vast, silent theater of the cosmos. Space is often described as cold and empty, but here, in the sanctuary of your mind, it feels like a warm, velvet cradle. It is a place of profound peace, where the noise of the world is replaced by a magnificent, humming silence. Look around you. The stars are no longer flickering points of light. They are vibrant, glowing spheres of gold, sapphire, and crimson, hung like lanterns in an infinite hallway. This is the great ocean of the universe, and you are drifting upon its calmest tide. When was the last time you looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of belonging? It's a strange and beautiful truth that we often forget. You are not just a spectator of the universe. You are a part of it. The very atoms that make up your body, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the carbon in your breath, were forged billions of years ago in the white-hot hearts of ancient stars. There was once a time, long before the earth existed, when the elements that now allow you to think, to feel, and to dream were swirling in giant clouds of stardust, waiting for their moment to become you. Think about the iron in your blood for a moment. It is the same element that gives the planet Mars its reddish hue and makes the core of our Earth strong. That iron was created during the final, magnificent exhale of a massive star millions of light years away. When that star reached the end of its long life, it didn't simply disappear. It scattered its riches across the darkness, a celestial inheritance passed down through the eons. You are, quite literally, a child of the stars. You carry the history of the cosmos within your very cells. In this quiet space, let that realization settle over you like a warm blanket. Every worry you carried today, every small flicker of anxiety about the future, begins to look very different when viewed against the backdrop of eternity. The universe has been unfolding for nearly 14 billion years, moving with a patient, unhurried grace. It has taken its time to build galaxies, to light up suns, and to eventually bring you here, to this moment of rest. You are a successful result of a journey that began at the dawn of time. You are exactly where you are meant to be. As you drift further into the indigo dark, you see a distant nebula, a vast cloud of gas and dust glowing with soft hues of pink and gold. It looks like a celestial nursery, a place where new stars are being born even as we speak. This is the soft discovery of the heavens, that the universe is never truly still. It is always creating, always breathing, always renewing itself, but it does so without the frantic pace of our modern lives. A star takes millions of years to form, gathering itself atom by atom with a patience that we can only imagine. If the universe can afford to be patient, perhaps you can too. You don't need to rush toward tomorrow. You don't need to have all the answers tonight. Like a new star forming in the nebula, you can simply exist in this state of becoming, allowing the natural laws of peace and rest to do their work. If tonight's journey into the stars makes you feel a sense of wonder, you are in the right place. Here, no one rests alone. Every star you see is a silent companion, a witness to the beauty of existence. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. Imagine the silence of space once more. It is not an oppressive silence, but a healing one. In the vacuum of the cosmos, sound cannot travel. All the shouting, the honking of horns, the clatter of machinery, it all stops at the edge of the atmosphere. Up here, there is only the music of the spheres, a harmony so subtle that you can only hear it with your heart. It is the sound of balance. It is the sound of gravity holding planets in their orbits, of light traveling across the void, of time stretching out like an endless road. You might see a comet passing in the distance, a lonely traveler with a tail of glowing ice and dust. It moves with a steady, unwavering purpose, following a path set for it millions of years ago. It doesn't struggle. It doesn't tire. It simply follows the curve of the universe. You can do the same. You can let go of the steering wheel of your life for a few hours and trust the curve of the night to carry you safely toward the morning. The darkness of space is not something to fear. It is the soil of the universe, the fertile ground from which all light is born. Just as a seed needs the dark earth to grow, your mind needs the dark of the night to heal and to dream. Embrace this shadows. Let them wrap around you, shielding you from the brightness of the day, giving your eyes and your mind a chance to finally, truly relax. As you float, you notice that your breathing has become even slower now, perfectly in tune with the rhythmic pulse of the distant pulsars. In and out, the light of 1,000 suns is reflecting in the quiet pools of your mind, but they are soft lights, like the glow of a fireplace in a darkened room. You are safe, you are warm, you are connected to everything. Take a moment to look back toward the earth. From here, it looks like a tiny, fragile marble of blue and white, suspended in the darkness. It is so small, yet it holds everything you have ever known, everyone you have ever loved, every place you have ever visited. From this distance, the boundaries we draw between nations and the differences we see between ourselves vanish. All that remains is a single, beautiful home, breathing quietly in the dark. This perspective is a gift. It reminds us that our commonalities are far greater than our differences. We are all travelers on this small blue ship, sailing through the stars together. And tonight, as the half of the world you are on turns away from the sun, you are joining millions of others in the simple, sacred act of sleep. You are resting with the world. Let the image of the blue marble fade now. Turn your gaze back toward the deep, infinite indigo. There is a specific star, far ahead, that seems to be calling to you. It isn't the brightest star, but it has a steady, comforting glow. It is your destination for the next part of our journey. As you move toward it, you feel a sense of profound anticipation. Not the kind that keeps you awake, but the kind that makes you want to close your eyes and see what dreams await. You are moving through the velvet cradle of the stars, supported by the invisible hands of physics and the tangible warmth of your own peace. The journey is long, but you have all the time in the world. The stars are patient, the night is vast, and you are almost home. As you drift toward that steady, amber glow we glimpsed in the distance, you notice something remarkable. The space around you isn't just a dark void. It begins to shimmer with thin, translucent ribbons of light, like silk threads woven by an invisible hand. These are not just rays of suns, they are the look-back layers of time. This is the turning point of our journey, the soft discovery that the universe is not just a place, but a living, breathing record of everything that has ever been. In the world of science, we often speak of the speed of light as a limit, a boundary. But tonight, let's see it for what it truly is, a storyteller. Because light takes time to travel. Every time you look at the stars, you are reading a history book. When you look at our moon, you see it as it was a second ago. When you look at the sun, you see the golden light that left its surface 8 minutes ago. And the distant stars, you are seeing them as they were decades, centuries, even millennia in the past. Imagine, for a moment, that you are passing through a great library, but instead of books on shelves, there are waves of light. As you float through these shimmering ribbons, you are brushing against the past. To your left, there is the light from a star that witnessed the building of the Great Pyramids. To your right, a stream of photons that began its journey when the first forests began to grow on Earth. This is the soft twist of our cosmic reality. Nothing is ever truly lost. Every smile, every quiet moment of peace, every sunset you have ever witnessed, the light from those moments is still traveling. It is out here, somewhere in the indigo vastness, moving forever through the silence. If you could travel fast enough and look back with a powerful enough lens, you could see yourself as a child, playing in a garden that is now only a memory. You could see the ancestors you never met, walking through fields that have long since become cities. Doesn't that thought bring a certain warmth to your chest? The realization that our lives are etched into the very fabric of the cosmos. We are not fleeting sparks that vanish in an instant. We are permanent residents of time. Your existence is recorded in starlight, a beautiful, silent broadcast that will continue to move through the universe long after we have finished our rest tonight. Take a slow, deep breath in, imagining that you are inhaling this timeless light. And as you exhale, feel the weight of temporariness leaving you. You are part of the eternal. You are a page in the most magnificent book ever written. In this quiet moment under the endless sky, something feels different. The vastness doesn't feel cold anymore. It feels like a memory you had forgotten and are now starting to remember. This is the healing power of the soft discovery. We find that the universe isn't a distant, alien place, but a mirror reflecting our own history back at us. And in that quiet moment, under the endless sky, something felt different. You might notice a soft, rhythmic ticking sound, like a grandfather clock made of glass. It is the heartbeat of time itself, not the frantic ticking of a stopwatch, but the slow, majestic pulse of the seasons and the eons. It reminds you that there is a time for everything, a time for waking, a time for doing, and most importantly, a time for letting go. This is your time to let go. If tonight's story reminded you of a beautiful memory, perhaps a moment from your past that you now realize is traveling through the stars, feel free to share it below. When we share our memories, we add our own light to this quiet corner of the night. Here, we understand that time is not an enemy to be fought, but a river to be floated upon. Science tells us that space and time are linked, a fabric called space-time. Imagine this fabric as the softest, most luxurious velvet. As you lie here, feel yourself sinking into that velvet. It is strong enough to hold galaxies, so it is certainly strong enough to hold you. It cushions your mind, smoothing out the wrinkles of the day, inviting you to drift deeper into the library of light. As we move through this section of the cosmos, the amber light ahead begins to resolve into a magnificent sight. It is a cluster of ancient stars, older than the sun, glowing with a wisdom that only comes from billions of years of existence. They are like elders sitting around a celestial campfire, their light a warm invitation to come and rest. They don't ask anything of you. They don't require you to be anything other than what you are. In their presence, the need to achieve, the need to prove, the need to worry about the what-ifs of tomorrow simply dissolves. You are standing in the presence of the infinite, and the infinite is kind. Think of a memory you cherish, something simple. The smell of rain on hot pavement, the sound of a loved one's laugh, the feeling of a warm cup of tea between your hands. Imagine that memory as a tiny orb of light. Now, let it go. Watch it drift away from you, joining the ribbons of starlight that weave through the library. It is safe there. It is preserved. You don't need to hold onto it tightly anymore, because the universe is holding it for you. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark, and your story is currently lighting up a corner of the galaxy. As the amber glow of the ancient stars grows closer, you feel a sense of profound expansion. It's as if your soul is stretching its wings, growing to fill the space between the planets. You are no longer confined to a single room, a single bed, or a single moment. You are as wide as the horizon, as deep as the ocean, and as bright as the stars themselves. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. The light is becoming softer now, shifting from amber to a pale, milky white. We are entering a region of the universe where the climax of expansion begins, a place where the boundaries between the self and the cosmos finally disappear. It is a place of total surrender, where the whispers of time become a lullaby that sings you to sleep. You are moving with the grace of a planet in orbit, guided by laws you don't need to understand, protected by a silence that is as old as the stars. Everything is in its right place. Everything is as it should be. The great library of light is closing its doors for the evening, and the pages of your day are being gently tucked away, ready for you to revisit them in your dreams. Breathe, just breathe. The air of the cosmos is cool and clean. The weight of the stars is light as a feather. You are almost there, at the edge of the deepest sleep you have ever known. As the amber glow of the ancient star cluster begins to soften, you find yourself drifting toward a vast, luminous band that stretches across the entirety of your vision. This is the Milky Way, our home galaxy, seen from a perspective of absolute tranquility. From here, it doesn't look like a chaotic collection of billions of suns. It looks like a slow-moving river of silver mist, a celestial trail of wood smoke rising from the hearth of the universe. This is the River of Souls, as some ancient cultures called it. It is a place of profound connection. As you float near its shimmering edge, you realize that the boundaries you felt between yourself and the outer world are beginning to dissolve, as gently as a sugar cube in a cup of warm tea. This is the soft twist of our journey. the realization that the universe is not something you are in, but something you are. Take a moment to breathe with the galaxy. Imagine that as the Milky Way slowly rotates, a movement so languid it takes hundreds of millions of years to complete, it is exhaling a soft, radiant energy. Inhale that silver mist. Feel it cooling your thoughts, rinsing away the grit of daily life. And as you exhale, let your breath join the stardust. You are contributing your own unique rhythm to the great breath of the cosmos. When was the last time you felt truly, deeply connected to everything around you? Perhaps it was while watching a sunset, or holding the hand of someone you love, or simply standing in the rain. That feeling of oneness isn't a trick of the mind. It is a glimpse of the fundamental truth. Science tells us that, at the most basic level, there is no such thing as empty space. Even the void between the stars is teeming with fields of energy, fluctuating with the potential for life. You are never truly alone, for you are woven into a fabric that is vibrant, alive, and eternally present. Think about the water in your body. Every drop of it has a story that spans billions of years. Some of those molecules may have once been part of an icy comet, wandering the dark reaches of the outer solar system. Others may have been part of a prehistoric ocean, or the sap of a tree that lived long before the first human walked the earth. You are a walking, breathing mosaic of the universe's history. You are a sanctuary for elements that have traveled across the eons just to be with you tonight. As you drift further into the silver river, the soft discovery deepens. You begin to understand that the universe isn't just a physical place, it is a state of mind. It is a vast, quiet consciousness that is currently experiencing itself through you. In this silent moment, you are the eyes of the universe looking at its own stars. You are the heart of the universe, feeling its own peace. And in that quiet moment, under the endless sky, something felt different. The weight of being an individual with problems and responsibilities starts to feel very light. It's like taking off a heavy coat after a long walk and realizing you are finally home. You don't have to carry the world on your shoulders. The world is carrying you. The galaxy is carrying you. Gravity, that invisible thread of love that binds the stars together, is also holding you close, whispering that you are safe to let go. If tonight's story brought you calm, leave a gentle comment for yourself. What is one thing you are grateful for in this quiet moment? Sharing gratitude is like lighting a small candle in the night. It warms the heart and lights the way for others. Here, in this quiet corner of the night, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark, and your presence is a light we all share. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. Imagine now that you are lying on a bed made of moonlight, floating right in the heart of the silver river. The stars are so close now that they look like glowing pearls resting on velvet. You can hear the music of the spheres, not a song played with instruments, but a low, resonant vibration. It sounds like the purr of a contented cat or the hum of a distant honeybee. It is the frequency of existence. This sound is incredibly healing. It resonates with the cells in your body, encouraging them to find their natural state of balance. It smooths out the edges of your nervous system. It tells your brain that it is okay to stop analyzing, okay to stop planning, okay to stop protecting. You are in a zone of absolute safety, a cosmic sanctuary where only peace is allowed to enter. As you float, you might see a soft discovery in the form of a planetary nebula, a beautiful, glowing ring of gas that looks like a giant eye watching over the galaxy. This is the ghost of a star that was once like our sun. In its passing, it has created a garden of color, vibrant greens, deep blues, and soft magentas. It reminds us that even in ending, there is a magnificent beauty. It reminds us that life and death, light and dark, waking and sleeping, are just different notes in the same beautiful symphony. Everything in the universe moves in cycles. The seasons on Earth, the phases of the moon, the birth and death of stars. And now, you are entering the most sacred part of your own daily cycle, the time of deep, restorative rest. Just as the Earth must turn away from the sun to cool itself and gather its strength, your mind must turn away from the world to find its center. The silver mist of the Milky Way is starting to grow thicker around you, like a soft, glowing fog. It obscures the distant galaxies, bringing your focus inward. The universe is shrinking down, becoming small and intimate, until it is just you and the silence. This is the climax of expansion, where you have grown so large that you have finally circled back to the very center of your own heart. You are resting in the lap of the infinite. The stars are your siblings. The darkness is your blanket. The silence is your song. There is nothing you need to know that you don't already feel. There is nothing you need to do that isn't already being done by the natural rhythm of your breath. Take one last look at the silver river before you close your eyes completely. See how it glows with a soft, steady light? That light is a promise. It's a promise that no matter how dark the night may seem, the stars are always there. It's a promise that you are a vital part of this beautiful mystery. And it's a promise that you are loved by the same forces that keep the planets in their orbits and the sun in the sky. Breathe in the silver to breathe out the shadows. Your journey through the stars is reaching its most peaceful destination. You are moving toward the realm of pure sleep, where the stories of the universe turn into the dreams of the soul. As we drift away from the silver mist of the Milky Way, we begin a gentle descent, returning to the blue marble we saw from afar. But we aren't returning to the noise of the land. Instead, we are drawn toward the vast, rhythmic expanse of the world's oceans. Imagine yourself descending toward a quiet, moonlit coast where the water meets the shore in an eternal, patient embrace. This is the ocean of dreams, a place where the celestial and the terrestrial become one. The transition from the stars to the sea is seamless. Just as the stars move in their orbits, the great waters of our world move in a dance choreographed by the moon. This is the soft discovery of the tides, the realization that the very same gravity that holds you to your bed is currently reaching out across 238,000 miles to gently pull the oceans toward the sky. It is a cosmic conversation, a silent tug of war that has been happening every day, every hour, for billions of years. As you settle onto the soft, cool sand of this mental shoreline, listen to the sound of the waves. It is perhaps the most healing sound in existence. Wash in, wash out. It is the breath of the planet. Scientists tell us that the rhythm of the ocean's waves often mirrors the rhythm of a human brain in a state of deep relaxation. When you listen to the sea, your mind naturally begins to entrain itself to the frequency of the earth. You aren't just listening to the water. You are remembering a rhythm that is coded into your very DNA. Think about the fact that your body is mostly water. You carry a small ocean within you. The salt in your blood is a chemical echo of the ancient seas from which all life emerged. When the moon pulls on the Atlantic or the Pacific, it is also whispering to the fluid within your own cells. You are not separate from the tides, you are a part of them. In this quiet moment, feel that internal tide receding. Let the high tide of the day's activities, the stress, the movement, the constant thinking slowly pull back, leaving behind a smooth, clean shore in your mind. Healing lived in landscapes, and tonight it lives in the deep blue. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. If the sound of the ocean has ever helped you find peace during a difficult time, feel free to share that memory below. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark. Now, imagine yourself drifting just beneath the surface of the water. It is not cold, it is the perfect, comforting temperature of a warm bath. The moonlight penetrates the surface in long, shimmering needles of silver, illuminating the world below. Everything here moves in slow motion. The kelp forests sway like dancers in a dream, and schools of small, silver fish move in unison, like a single mind. In the depths of the ocean, there is a phenomenon called bioluminescence. It is the soft discovery of light in the dark. Tiny organisms and deep-sea creatures create their own glow-soft blues, neon greens, and ethereal violets. They don't need the sun to shine, they carry their own light within them. This is a beautiful metaphor for the human spirit. Even in the darkest moments, even when the world outside feels cold or empty, you have a light within you. It is the light of your consciousness, your resilience, and your capacity for peace. Science calls this cold light because it produces no heat. It is efficient, calm, and beautiful. Imagine your own mind as a bioluminescent garden. As the external world grows dark, your internal lights begin to glow. These are your peaceful thoughts, your cherished memories, and the quiet joy of simply being alive. And in that quiet moment under the endless sky, something felt different. You might feel a sense of weightlessness now. In the water, gravity's grip is softened. You are buoyed by the density of the sea, held up by the very medium you are resting in. This is how you should feel in your bed tonight, supported, protected, and completely safe to let go. You don't need to hold yourself up. You are being held by the universe, by the earth, and by the ancient rhythms of the night. The ocean floor is a library of time, much like the stars we visited earlier. At the bottom of the sea, layers of silt and sediment have settled over millions of years, preserving the history of the planet. There are mountains under the water taller than the Himalayas, and trenches deeper than the highest clouds. There is a vast, silent world that exists beneath the waves, indifferent to the storms that may rage on the surface. Your mind is like this ocean. On the surface, there may be waves, the ripples of daily worries, the whitecaps of sudden stresses. But if you go deep enough, there is a place of absolute stillness. Below the reach of the wind, the water is calm and unchanging. That place exists within you right now. You can choose to dive beneath the surface ripples and settle into the quiet depths of your own being. Think of a time when you sat by the water and felt all your problems seem to shrink in size. The ocean is so vast that it has a way of putting our lives into perspective. It reminds us that our big problems are often just small ripples in a very large sea. This isn't meant to minimize your experiences, but to offer you the comfort of a larger context. You are part of a magnificent, enduring system. The tides will come in, and the tides will go out. The moon will wax, and the moon will wane. And through it all, you remain, a steady and precious presence in the heart of the mystery. As you float in this moonlit sea, you might notice the scent of the salt air, a clean, sharp fragrance that seems to clear the mind of any remaining clutter. The sound of the water is becoming more distant now, as if you are moving into a deeper, more cushioned chamber of sleep. The silver light is fading into a soft, velvety blue. You are resting in the cradle of the deep. The creatures of the sea are your silent companions, moving through the dark with grace and ease. You are learning from them how to move through your own life with less resistance, how to flow around obstacles rather than crashing against them. When was the last time you looked up at the night sky and felt at peace? Now, imagine looking up at the moon through the lens of the water. It looks like a glowing pearl, distorted slightly by the ripples, beautiful and distant. It is the same moon that pulled the tides for your ancestors, and it is the same moon that will watch over you until the sun rises. Everything is in balance. The water, the moon, the stars, and you. You are a successful part of this great, liquid machine. There is nothing left for you to do but drift. The current of the night is taking you exactly where you need to go, toward a shore of total rest, where the sand is made of stardust and the waves are made of silence. Breathe with the ocean one last time, in and out. Feel the expansion and the contraction. Feel the belonging. You are home, you are safe, you are ready. As the tides of the inner sea slowly recede in your mind, imagine yourself drifting away from the shoreline. You aren't going back to the modern world of concrete and glass. Instead, you are traveling through a soft, golden mist, moving backward through the long corridors of time. The sound of the waves fades, replaced by a deep, resonant silence that feels heavy with the scent of pine needles, damp moss, and ancient stone. You have arrived in the first forest, the great green lungs of the world as they were millions of years ago. This is the great continuity, the soft discovery that the air you are breathing right now, in this very moment, has a lineage that stretches back to the dawn of life on land. Every breath is a gift passed down through a chain of living things that has never once been broken. Imagine standing in a grove of giant ferns and towering club mosses. The air here is thick and rich, oxygenated by a world that is just beginning to find its green voice. There are no birds singing yet, no insects buzzing. There is only the sound of the wind moving through the fronds, a low, rhythmic sigh that sounds like the earth itself is dreaming. Healing lived in landscapes. And here, in this primeval cathedral, it lives in the slow, patient growth of the wood. Take a slow, deep breath. As you inhale, imagine the oxygen molecules entering your lungs. Science tells us that these molecules were forged by the ancestors of the trees you see around you. Through the miraculous process of photosynthesis, these ancient plants took the light of a younger sun and the carbon of a wilder atmosphere and turned them into the very air that sustains you. You are literally breathing in the labor of the forest. You are inhaling the sun's energy, captured and converted just for you. When you think about this, the pressure to achieve or produce starts to melt away. You don't need to do anything to deserve this air. The forest gives it freely. You are a guest at a table that has been set for 300 million years. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. If you've ever found peace while walking among tall trees, feel free to share that feeling below. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark. Look closely at a single leaf in this ancient grove. Notice the tiny pores on its surface, the stomata. These are the mouths of the plant world. They open and close with a mechanical grace, breathing in what we breathe out, and breathing out what we need to survive. It is the most beautiful, silent conversation in the universe. It's a soft discovery of absolute balance. For every exhale of yours, 1,000 leaves are waiting to receive it. For every inhale, a forest has prepared the way. You are never truly out of breath. You are just part of a cycle that is much larger than yourself. Imagine the roots of these ancient trees. They reach deep into the dark, cool earth, intertwining with one another to form a vast, underground network. Scientists have discovered that trees communicate through these networks, sharing nutrients and warnings, supporting the weaker members of the grove. This is the soft twist of the natural world. It isn't a place of survival of the fittest in the way we often think. It is a place of profound cooperation. And in that quiet moment under the endless sky, something felt different. You might feel a sense of stability now, as if your own roots are beginning to reach down into the mattress beneath you. You are being supported by the earth, just like the trees. You are part of a community of life that stretches across the entire planet and back through all of time. In this forest, there is no such thing as being lost. Every tree knows where it is, and the earth knows where every tree is, and the universe knows exactly where you are. You are found, you are held. The light in this ancient forest is filtered through a canopy of emerald and jade. It falls to the ground in soft, dappled patches, shifting slowly as the sun moves across the sky. This is the climax of expansion, in a different form, not the vastness of space, but the infinite complexity of a single square inch of moss. There is a world within a world here. If you look at a patch of moss, you see a miniature forest, with its own mountains and valleys, its own tiny inhabitants, moving with a purpose we can only wonder at. This perspective is a balm for a busy mind. When we focus on the small, the quiet, and the slow, our own worries begin to lose their sharp edges. A tree does not worry about the height of its neighbor. It simply grows toward the light at its own pace. A fern does not regret the frond it lost in the rain. It simply unfurls a new one. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to grow slowly? In our modern world, we are told to hurry, to catch up, to be more. But the forest says, wait, be still. Take your time. It takes decades for an oak to become strong, and centuries for a redwood to reach the clouds. You are allowed to take your time tonight. You are allowed to let your healing happen at its own natural pace. As the sun begins to set in this ancient world, the shadows grow long and soft. The green of the leaves deepens into a rich, comforting charcoal. The air grows cooler, and the scent of the earth becomes even more pronounced. The smell of geosmin, that ancient chemical that tells our brains, this is home. This is where the life is. You are lying on a bed of soft moss now, the kind that yields to your weight and cushions your every curve. It feels like a living embrace. Above you, the canopy is a dark lace against a sky that is beginning to show its first stars. These are the same stars we visited earlier, but seen through the protective screen of the trees. The forest is preparing for sleep. The stomata are closing. The sap is slowing its climb. The energy of the day is being stored in the roots, tucked away for another time. You can do the same. You can store your thoughts and your plans in the roots of your mind, knowing they will be there when you need them, but letting them rest for now. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark. And tonight, the forest is your lantern. It glows with the steady, quiet light of endurance. It has survived ice ages and fires, droughts and storms, and it has done so by remaining flexible, By breathing through the changes and by staying connected to the earth, you carry that same endurance within you. You are made of the same stuff as the stars and the trees. You have the resilience of the forest and the peace of the deep sea. As you drift toward sleep, let the image of the ancient grove linger in your mind. Feel the cool air, smell the damp earth, and hear the soft sigh of the wind. Your breathing is now as slow as the growth of a cedar. Your heart is as steady as the pulse of the earth. You are moving deeper into the shadows, where the soft discovery of dreams awaits. There is nothing left to understand. There is only the feeling of being part of the great continuity, safe, grounded, connected. As the canopy of the ancient forest fades into a deep, velvety green, imagine your consciousness sinking further down, beneath the moss, beneath the roots, into the very heart of the planet itself. We are moving away from the world of air and light, descending into the silent, glowing cathedrals of the deep earth. This is the subterranean sanctuary, a place where time is measured not in seasons or years, but in the slow, majestic movements of tectonic plates and the birth of crystals. Here, in the layers of the earth, science and wonder are one and the same. We often think of the ground beneath our feet as solid and unchanging, but it is alive with a slow, rhythmic pulse. This is the soft discovery of geology, that the earth is constantly recycling itself, breathing in the cold stone of the crust and exhaling the warmth of the interior. It is a closed system of perfect balance, a mother who never stops tending to her children. Take a slow, deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine your body becoming as heavy and settled as a mountain. Feel the mattress beneath you as the stable bedrock of the world. You are being held by the same gravity that keeps the Himalayas standing and the oceans in their basins. You are perfectly grounded. You are immovable. You are safe. As we descend deeper, the temperature begins to rise not to an uncomfortable heat, but to a cozy, radiant warmth, like the heat from a stone fireplace on a winter night. This is the primordial warmth of the Earth's core. Scientists tell us that the center of our planet is as hot as the surface of the sun, yet it is held in a solid state by the immense pressure of the layers above. It is a sun held in the palm of a hand. This core is the engine of our world. Its movement creates a magnetic field that acts as a silent, invisible shield, protecting us from the harsh winds of space. Think about that for a moment. Even as you sleep, even as you let go of all your defenses, there is a magnificent shield surrounding you, created by the very heart of the planet. You are being protected by a force you cannot see, a force that has been active for billions of years. You don't need to be on guard. The earth is guarding you. Healing lived in landscapes, and tonight it lives in the minerals and the stone. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. If you've ever felt a sense of peace while holding a smooth stone or standing in a cave, feel free to share that sensation below. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark. As we move through the subterranean layers, we pass through vast caverns lined with crystals, amethysts, quartzes, and emeralds. These are the flowers of the stone, and they grow with a patience that puts even the oldest trees to shame. A crystal doesn't rush to grow. It waits for the perfect conditions, adding one atom at a time to its structure, following a geometry that is perfect and divine. This is the soft twist of the mineral world. That beauty is often born under immense pressure and in total darkness. Think of the diamonds that form miles beneath the surface. They were once simple carbon, no different from the graphite in a pencil. But through time and pressure, they transformed into the hardest, most brilliant substance known. Perhaps your own challenges, the pressures you've felt today or this year, are simply the universe's way of refining the diamond within you. And in that quiet moment, under the endless sky, something felt different. You might feel a sense of profound stillness now. In the deep earth, there are no storms, there are no seasons. There is only the steady hum of the planet's rotation. It is a low-frequency vibration, a deep om that resonates through every bone in your body. Let this vibration soothe your nervous system. Let it tell your cells that it is time to rest, to repair, and to renew. Science tells us that the Earth's crust is made of plates that float on a sea of molten rock. These plates move only a few inches a year, about the same speed at which your fingernails grow. This is the pace of the real world. The fast world we live in, with its high-speed internet and instant gratifications, is just a thin veneer on the surface. The true reality is slow, steady, and incredibly patient. When was the last time you allowed yourself to move at the speed of a tectonic plate? Tonight, give yourself that permission. You don't need to reach any milestones. You don't need to finish anything. You can just be. You are a passenger on a beautiful, slow-moving ship of stone and fire, traveling through the silence of space. Imagine the layers of time stacked beneath you like the pages of a very old book. There are layers of limestone made from the shells of ancient sea creatures, layers of coal made from the forests we visited earlier, and layers of volcanic ash from the world's fiery youth. You are lying on top of a history that is 4.5 billion years long. You are supported by every life that has ever lived, every mountain that has ever risen, and every sea that has ever dried up. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark, and the Earth's history is the grandest lantern of all. It tells us that everything is a cycle. Mountains become sand, sand becomes stone, and stone eventually melts back into the core to be born again as something new. Your current state, your tiredness, your need for rest is just a natural part of your cycle. It is the winter of your day, the time for the soil of your mind to lie fallow and gather its strength for tomorrow. The light in these caverns is a soft, glowing amber, reflecting off the facets of the crystals. It is a light that doesn't hurt the eyes, a light that invites you to close them and dream of the deep. The air here is cool and smells of salt and iron, the building blocks of our world. You are resting in the heart of the Mother. The pressure of the world above is not something that weighs you down. It is something that holds you together. It is a firm, loving embrace. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. You are a successful part of the planet's great, slow architecture. As we begin to drift toward the next part of our journey, let the weight of the stone comfort you. Feel the pulse of the core in your own heartbeat. You are strong. You are stable. You are eternal. The earth has been here for you since you were born, and it will be here for you every night, providing the stage for your dreams and the sanctuary for your rest. Breathe in the stability of the stone. Breathe out the lightness of the wind. You are descending now into a sleep that is as deep and as quiet as the center of the earth. As we slowly rise from the warm, amber heart of the deep earth, imagine yourself passing effortlessly back through the layers of stone, through the crystal caverns, and up through the roots of the ancient forest. But we aren't stopping at the surface this time. We are continuing our ascent, light as a whisper, into the thin, cool air of the high atmosphere. We are drifting toward a quiet, starlit plateau where the air is so pure it feels like drinking from a mountain spring. This is the aerosphere of remembrance, the place where the breath of the world is gathered and held. Here, the soft discovery is one of the most beautiful truths science has ever uncovered. The law of conservation. In our universe, nothing is ever truly created or destroyed. It only changes form. This means that every molecule of water you have ever touched, every breath of air you have ever taken, is part of a grand, eternal cycle. The water in your glass tonight might have once been a snowflake on a peak in the Himalayas 10,000 years ago, or a drop of dew on a rose in a Victorian garden. It might have been part of the vast, churning Atlantic during a storm, or the quiet mist of a tropical rainforest. Take a slow, deep breath of this high, cool air. As you inhale, imagine that you are connecting with the entire history of life on Earth. The oxygen you feel in your lungs has been circulated through the lungs of poets, explorers, and ancestors you never knew. We are all breathing the same story. This is the soft twist of our existence. We aren't just living on the planet. We are a continuous exchange with it. You are never truly separate from the world because you are constantly taking it in and letting it out. Healing lived in landscapes, and tonight it lives in the invisible currents of the air. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. If the sound of a soft rain or the smell of the air before a storm has ever brought you a sense of peace, feel free to share that memory. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark. Imagine the clouds passing below you now, like giant rafts of white wool in the moonlight. Each cloud is a floating reservoir of memory. When rain falls, it is the sky's way of sharing its stories with the earth. The soft discovery of rain is that it isn't just weather, it is a homecoming. It is water returning to the soil to nourish the roots, to fill the streams, and eventually to find its way back to the sea. And in that quiet moment under the endless sky, something felt different. You might feel a sense of profound lightness now. The heavy, grounded feeling of the deep earth has transformed into a sense of ethereal freedom. You are floating in the climax of expansion, where your mind is as wide as the horizon. The worries of your day are like those clouds. Below they move, they change shape, and eventually they dissipate into the vast blue. They don't define the sky. The sky simply holds them for a while before letting them go. Think about the wind. It has no beginning and no end. It is just the earth breathing, moving warmth from the equator to the poles, carrying seeds across oceans, and whispering through the leaves of every forest we have visited tonight. Science calls this the global conveyor, a system of winds and currents that keeps our planet in a state of delicate, beautiful balance. You are a part of that balance. Your own internal rhythms, your heartbeat, your digestion, your sleep cycles are small, perfect mirrors of these global systems. When was the last time you let yourself simply be like the air? No shape, no resistance, just a presence that flows wherever it is needed. Tonight, you don't need to be a solid person with a solid life. You can be the mist. You can be the breeze. You can be the quiet space between the stars. As we drift on this high plateau, you might notice the light of the zodiacal dust, a faint, pyramid-shaped glow in the night sky caused by sunlight reflecting off tiny particles of cosmic dust. It is a reminder that even the empty air around our planet is filled with the remnants of the early solar system. We are constantly being brushed by the dust of ancient planets and the trails of passing comets. This perspective makes our individual lives feel precious and intimate. In a universe so vast and ancient, the fact that you are here, breathing, feeling, and resting, is a miracle of the highest order. You are a successful outcome of billions of years of cosmic and biological processes. Every atom in your body had to travel through unthinkable distances and survive incredible changes just to be part of you tonight. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark, and your life is a light that the universe is currently cherishing. The temperature on this plateau is crisp and refreshing, the kind of cold that makes you want to snuggle deeper into your blankets. The silence here is absolute, broken only by the faint, crystalline sound of the stars, a sound that isn't heard with the ears, but felt as a gentle tingle on the skin. It is the sound of the universe's background radiation, the faint echo of the beginning of time. It is a lullaby that has been playing for 13.8 billion years, and it is playing for you right now. As you look down from this height, you can see the faint, glowing lights of a distant town far below in the valley. From here, those lights look like a fallen constellation. You realize that everyone in those houses is also part of this cycle. They are breathing the same air, dreaming under the same stars, and seeking the same peace. There is a deep, quiet compassion in this realization. We are all together in this atmosphere of memory. You are ready now to move toward the final destination of our journey. The soft discovery of the night is nearly complete. You have traveled from the bottom of the sea to the center of the earth, through ancient forests and across the reaches of the galaxy. And now you are returning to the most important place of all, the present moment, here in your bed, safe and sound. Let the image of the high plateau fade into a soft, silver haze. The air is becoming warmer and thicker as we descend back toward the room where you lie. The transition is gentle, like a feather settling onto a velvet cushion. You are bringing all the peace of the stars, the stability of the stone, and the wisdom of the forest back with you. Breathe in the history of the world. Breathe out the needs of the self. Your journey through the cycles of time and matter is coming to a beautiful, quiet close. You are standing at the doorway of a deep, dreamless sleep, and the universe is standing there with you, holding the door open. We have traveled far tonight, haven't we? From the silver-spun threads of the Milky Way to the bioluminescent depths of the midnight sea. We have breathed with the ancient forests and felt the slow, patient heartbeat of the Earth's crystalline core. Now, as the journey comes to its final, most peaceful destination, imagine yourself floating gently back through the window of the room where you lie. The transition is as soft as the fall of a single snowflake. You are returning to your sanctuary, but you are not returning alone. You are bringing the vastness of the cosmos, the depth of the ocean, and the stability of the earth back with you, tucked safely within your heart. Feel the texture of your sheets once more. Notice how they embrace you. A tactile reminder that you are here, you are safe, and you are held. The room around you is filled with a soft, protective dimness. The objects, the chair, the lamp, the books are quiet sentinels in the dark, resting with you. This is the soft discovery of the return. That the most extraordinary journey ends in the most ordinary of places, and yet the place feels transformed. It is no longer just a room. It is a cell in the great living body of the universe. A sacred space where a star child has come to rest. Science tells us that we are made of stardust, but tonight we have felt the truth of it. We have felt the iron in our blood calling to the core of the earth, and the oxygen in our lungs dancing with the leaves of the forest. This is the soft twist of our existence. You are not a small being lost in a giant universe. You are the universe, gathered into a small, beautiful, and temporary form, experiencing the wonder of a single human life. You are the way the cosmos knows itself. You are the eyes that see the light and the heart that feels the peace. And in that quiet moment under the endless sky, something felt different. That something is the realization that you no longer need to seek. You don't need to seek meaning because you are the meaning. You don't need to seek peace because peace is the fundamental fabric of the reality you belong to. In the silence of this room, let that truth settle into your bones. Every worry you carried when we began this journey has been dissolved in the vastness of the tides and the distance of the stars. They were just ripples on the surface. Deep down, where you are now, there is only the profound, unshakable stillness of the deep. Healing lived in landscapes. And now, that landscape is you. You are the garden, the sea, the forest, and the sky. You contain it all. Before you drift into the final, deepest embrace of sleep, remember to subscribe to Why Is That? Sleep Story. Here, you will always find a quiet corner of the night where the noise of the world is hushed and the wonders of science and story are woven into a lullaby for the soul. Where are you listening from tonight? As you feel the weight of sleep pressing gently on your eyelids, perhaps leave a final, silent thought of gratitude in your mind, a soft lantern to light your dreams. Your presence here tonight has added its own unique warmth to our community. Here, no one rests alone. Every story and every listener is a part of this soft light in the dark. If tonight's journey brought you calm, leave a gentle comment for yourself when you wake. Share a fragment of a dream, a memory of a star, or simply a word of peace. By doing so, you help this sanctuary grow, reaching out to others who are also searching for the quiet shore of sleep. Now, let go of the story. Let go of the facts, the figures, and the images of the galaxy. You do not need to remember a single word I have said. The information was only the path. You have already reached the destination. Like a map that is folded and put away once the traveler is home, these words can now fade into the background. Your mind is ready to move beyond language, into the realm of pure feeling, pure rest, and pure being. Imagine your thoughts as autumn leaves falling onto the surface of a still pond. They land softly, creating tiny ripples that quickly smooth out. One by one, the leaves sink to the bottom, leaving the surface clear and reflective. There is no wind. There is no movement. There is only the reflection of the moon on the water. Your breathing is now so slow, so shallow, and so effortless that it feels as if the universe is breathing for you, in and out. The rhythm of the tides, the pulse of the stars, the sigh of the wind. It is all one. You are sinking into the mattress as if it were a cloud made of moonlight. Your body is heavy, your mind is light, and your soul is wide. Everything in the universe is exactly where it should be. The sun is shining on the other side of the world, warming the fields and the oceans for those who are waking. The moon is watching over you, guiding the tides and the dreams of those who are sleeping. The cycles of time and matter continue their magnificent, silent work. You are a successful part of it all. You have done enough. You have been enough. Those who look for the light usually find it in the silence. In this silence, find your rest. Let the darkness be a velvet blanket that shields you from the world. Let the silence be a song that carries you into the deepest reaches of the night. There are no more discoveries to be made tonight. No more questions to be answered. There is only the soft discovery of sleep. Sleep now. Sleep as the stars watch over you. Sleep as the earth holds you steady. Sleep as the ocean whispers your name in the rhythm of the waves. The journey is complete. You are home. You are safe. You are loved by the very laws of physics that created the stars. Good night, dear traveler. See you tomorrow.